Yo, I'm Anthony, and today I'm going to show you 10 ways on how to become more productive with your Gmail. Now, the goal of being productive with your Gmail is to spend the least amount of time as possible to reach your objective. So everyone has different objectives, but let's say you work for a company. Maybe your objective is to go through this list of 100 emails that people are sending out, and then you want to accurately pick out the ones that are useful for your business and delete the rest. Or another way to be productive is, let's say you're trying to set up a meeting with a client. Instead of sending like 10 back and forth emails, be like, yo Mark, hey John, how are you? I'm pretty good, you? Yeah, hey, you want to set up a meeting? Sure, when? Instead of sending an email, you could send one email to talk about, hey, want to set up a meeting at this time? Sure. And that's it. Now, one thing I've been guilty of when I'm trying to be productive with my Gmail is that I check my email constantly throughout the day, maybe 10 or 20 times a day. Whether I'm at a restaurant or I'm just walking or just standing doing nothing, or maybe in the middle of work and then this sudden resistance just hits me and I just don't want to work, so I'll check my email to be productive. I've been guilty of it. If you're guilty of it, it's okay. It's part of our human nature. But basically what happens is you're training your brain in a sort of way to seek out emails, which kind of disrupts your workflow. Because what happens is when you switch from going to work to your emails, back to your work, it takes about 5 to 20 minutes to readjust and get back that focus. Now there's 4 possible things I want you to do with that email. Basically it's execute it, archive it, defer it, or delete it. And this, I know this is going to sound scary, but I also, if you want to be more productive, I want you to try to reach a 0 inbox. Now I know that's pretty scary, and it kind of hurt me at first when I thought I was deleting all sorts of important stuff. But what really happened was I didn't really need any of that stuff anyways, and then my mind just became so much clearer. So let me show you now the 10 ways on how to use the Gmail settings to become more productive. Now the first thing I want you to do is, if you're not using it already, I want you to use the filters and sub-filters in your Gmail settings. Basically what this is, you know how in Microsoft Windows there's folders? Basically it's an email that goes directly into the folder automatically. And basically what happens is when you set up stuff, it's useful for stuff like spam, subscription, or stuff that you want to read later that's not important right now, like a newsletter. And what happens is it goes straight into these folders. But what I noticed is one problem I found out was that when it goes into these folders and not into your inbox, what happens is you tend to forget about it until months later, when all of a sudden when you remember again and you check it, there's just this whole list of emails that come out. So what I found a solution is I use a calendar to schedule every single week to make sure that, okay, thanks Anthony, I'll check out my emails now. Now the second thing that I really like to do is, let's say it's one step further for the sub-filter, but basically, for example, my email, you could do something like Anthony plus a number, or you could do Anthony dot a number at anthonydebell.com. And what happens is this is really useful when you're searching through like e-commerce stores and you see something like 20% discount for something that you want. So for example, let's say I'm searching for a necklace. I'd be like, okay, yeah, this necklace looks pretty good on me and I was planning on buying it anyways. Oh look, there's a 20% discount if I sign up for my newsletter, but I don't really want to keep receiving emails to them. So I send out Anthony plus 1, and what happens is I get the discount, plus it doesn't go straight into my inbox, so then it doesn't spam my inbox with all these offers from the store, and I get the necklace with a peace of mind. Now the third thing that I like to use is the canned response. So basically I like to freelance a lot, so I like to send a lot of the same type of templates and emails, and basically what happens is instead of copy and pasting from the document and then putting it back here and then sending it and copy and pasting and then back and forth, it just saves a lot more time if I put like a simple like hashtag freelance and then boom, a template just appears, and it saves me a lot of time when I'm cold emailing businesses about my services. The fourth thing you can use is the undo send. Now this thing has saved me more times than I can count, but basically what happens is, you know, you're writing an email and then it's like, oh crap, there's a typo right here, let me delete it. Then you click send by accident somehow, you know, your finger slips or something, and be like, oh crap. But what happens is with undo send, you can send it 30 seconds back in time. So if it's within 30 seconds, you can click and fix out the typo and other mistakes that you made. The fifth thing that I really like is the priority inbox. Basically what happens is it creates a separate inbox for some sort of function that you do. So what I really use it for is, let's say there's an important document that I'm going to need a week later, but I don't really need to use it now. what happens is I star it and it appears right on top of my inbox. So I always see it and remember it, but it doesn't delete and it doesn't hide away in my inbox. And what this does is it allows me like a peace of mind to be like, okay, let me separate out the really important stuff from the new stuff that's coming in. The sixth thing is the vacation responder. Basically, it's an automatic message that appears whenever someone sends you an email. So let's say you just want to chill in Hawaii for a week or two and be just relaxed and be like, all right, I just need to take my mind off of this business. Basically, what happens is someone will get this automatic message, be like, sorry bro, I'm in Hawaii right now. If you have any questions, I'll answer back in a week or two. Love from your brother, Anthony, or something like that. Or just whatever message that you want them to hear. The seventh thing that I like to use is a Gmail Smart Compose. I mainly use Grammarly, but it's also a nice addition to have. It's basically a free spell checker for you. And basically what happens is, you know how spell checker comes up with like a red line if it's wrong or something like that. I use more Grammarly, but this is also something useful to have. The eighth thing is a search operator. Basically what I mean is, let's say you were searching for an email. Let's say your inbox isn't zero completely yet. Basically what happens is, let's say there's some sort of important attachment. You can type in the inbox is:attachment and a bunch of emails will come up. And there's a ton of search operators in Gmail that you can use, but basically the only one I use is attachment or is read or from the sender or something like that. It's not really something I use, but it's something cool to have in case you're searching through emails a lot. Ninth thing is there's actually keyboard shortcuts in Gmail. Like I didn't even know about this, but there are keyboard shortcuts. Now I don't really use the keyboard shortcuts, but let's say you are constantly sending emails, you're spending hours on it. It'll be something useful to know in case you're spending a lot of time on it. And the 10th thing I wouldn't really call it productive, but I thought it was pretty cool to have. Basically, you can set it up so that the Chrome, if you use Chrome, there's like a URL where instead of typing something and then something pops up in Google, you could put something like inbox, and what happens is you could search from your inbox directly from your Chrome URL. Now, is it the most useful? No, but is it pretty cool? I thought it was pretty cool to have. Alright, that's all for today. I hope you found something useful among this being productive with Gmail. If you did, please leave a comment below and give me a thumbs up. Alright, see you later.